my channel. I am Nusrat, and today I am going to tell you one of the story. The name of the story, The Way You Look at It. On a sleepy afternoon, while the sun continued to shine, the clouds opened up and it started to rain. Sharon had fallen asleep after eating at least a 15 puris for lunch. When he woke up, he saw a rainbow in the sky. There was a mid-drizzle and the bright sunshine of summer. In the sky was a bold, bright, clear rainbow. Sharon ran to Ajay's house and started calling out to his friends. Suma and Krishna were playing in the garden. Raghu and Divya were reading. Anand was sleeping. Sharon was so excited. He called out to his one Ajay, Aji, Suma, Krishna, Raghu, Anand, Diya, come and see this. Everyone rushed out to see what was up. The children gazed in amazement and rainbow. Living in the city, none of them ever got to see such a vast expanse of the sky, unhinged by a tall building. Ajay and Aji were used to it and went back to their work. That evening, while having their meal, the children were talking about the rainbow. The color of the rainbow are known as a vabiglia, said Raghu. A rainbow is called it Indradhanush in a Sanskrit, said Suma. It is known as a Kamalunibar in Kannada. The bow of the Lord Kamdeva, said Sharon's mother. In the old days, if the sun and the rain came together, we used to say it is the fox vending, and all of us have to go on the rainbow to reach the vending, said Aji. Ultimately, it is the same thing, seven color that appear in the sky when the sun's rays are reflected by the rainwater, said Ajay. It depends upon the way you look at it. Ajay nodded. The same thing appears the different depending on the way you look at it. And today I can tell you a story about that. Immediately everyone turned their attention from the sky to Ajay. During one monsoon season, it rained and rained in Chekpur, a little village, by the mighty river. It rained so hard that the river swelled up. Heavy waves lash against the river banks and carried away a tree's house and the big chunks of earth. The villagers were really scared and prayed hard for the rains to stop. When the finally skies cleared, one people emerged from their homes. One of them was Raju. He walked down to the riverside and there he saw something that made him rub his eyes in a disbelief. Why a huge black rock had appeared there out of nowhere, and what was the more, the rock looked exactly the head of Ganesha, the god with the elephant head. Raju immediately the posted himself in front of the rock. Ganesha not only heard our praise and made the rains go away, he has come himself to protect us. Raju shouted to no one in the particular. I must tell everyone about this. He yelled it and ran back to the village to shape the news. Next came a Chetan and the spectre. He had spent so many days cooped up in his house, waiting for the rains to stop. Now he was glad to be out in the open and was thinking of his next piece of work. Suddenly he caught sight of the new rock by the river. It was just the right color, worn and smooth with age. And the river water, it was perfect for the sins he wanted to crave, giving a whoop of joy. He ran home to gather his craving tools. Just as he turned the corner, a merchant came by on his horse. The animal was thirsty and he stopped, therefore, it to have a drink of water from the river. He too spotted the stone. What is the big stone? He remarked, and it is so nice and smooth and flat. Let me sit for a while on it and rest. After enjoying a nice rest on the rock, the merchant decided he would tell his friends about it. They were driving together, and all of them would be a thrill to be able to sit. Therefore, sometimes by the river, he went off to find his friends. Just then, Ajit's shoulder came on his horse. He got down and washed his face. While his horse was drinking water, he was looking around, and the same stone caught his attention. He was surprised and said to himself, "What a huge stone on the river bed! Maybe I should get it removed so that in an emergency it shouldn't become a hindrance on the road. Our army can march better if such obstacles are not there. I must inform my commander." Thinking so, he rushed back his camp to talk to his commander. Later in a day, a Bholu, the village washerman, appeared by the river with his big bundle of the clothes. To his astonishment, he found a crowd right around his favorite washing the spot. They were all arguing over a rock and pushing his way into the crowd. Bolu spoke in a loud voice. "Hey, what do you think you all are doing?" Raju now burst out. "This rock is a sign from the Lord Ganesha. I want to worship it." Chetan raised his voice even louder and said, "No one. This rock is going to be used for my next sculpture." The merchant shouted, "I have invited all my friends to rest on it. It is the ours." Aji was giving the order to his shoulder to remove the stone, and Bolu now grinned and said, "But this rock has been here for years and years. Earlier, half of it was smudged in the mud. Now, with the rains, the mud has got washed up. You're seeing more of it." The washermen of Chetpur have been using this rock to do our washing for many, many years. There is nothing miraculous about it. Now, off with all of you, I have a work to do. So saying, Abholu emptied his a bundle of the cloth and set to work. What could the other do? They had to go away and grumbling quiet to themselves. How was the story, guys? You enjoyed this story? Thanks for watching this video. I hope you learned so many things while watching this video and listening to this story. You should do the practice in this way for reading. Okay, bye. Have a nice day.